Welcome, Aquarius. This is your weekly Taroscope reading for May the 23rd through to the 29th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we get to the energy of the cards, let me take a moment to thank you for your energy, your positive, supportive, loving energy that you send my way each and every day. Thank you so, so much. So now let's get to you. You know, we have the star here as our very first card, so this is a beautiful card, a dynamic card when it comes to our dreams, what we are trying to accomplish, who we are trying to become, what we are trying to create. Because the star in the corner represents just that. And we are down at the bottom, we are reaching out to it, which means we can see it. It's doable. We've got this. There is a path forward. There can be a plan. We are reaching out to it because we can see it now. Right next to it is the Nine of Wands. So, you know, where you're going to get the most wisdom is by something that you've already walked through. Each one of those wands represents a chaos or a fire that we walk through, stresses in our life, losses, worries, disappointments, regrets. So it doesn't matter how hard the path was that led us here. Look at the one she holds, that we hold, how gnarled it is. There is also a beautiful white blossom, symbolizing a new path forward. Things opening up to us because we have gained the wisdom of that lesson. So cherish what you've walked through because it's really going to move you forward. So you might actually be drawn back to certain situations in your life, not to make you feel the pain again, but to make you realize the wisdom that you took away from that experience. We have the Seven of Cups. So it's prioritizing. It's not, wasting our energy on things that don't matter in life this week, but really putting forth an energy in the things we truly do want to manifest in our life going forward. This is prioritizing. This is cleaning up all the little details, getting rid of them, putting them on the back burner, delegating them out, so that you have the energy, the vitality to really hone in on the important things, the things that matter, the things that are going to bring back value into your life. We have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is this energy that you are weighing things out this week. You are thinking them through. You are devising the plan. So, this would be a good week to journal, because maybe one or two thoughts standing alone don't make a lot of sense, but when they are read within a group of thoughts, it starts to connect. It starts to go together. It starts to make some sense. So this is all about gathering the information to make some decisions. It could be this week. It could be towards the end of the week that you're making this decision, or it could be in the future, but it's really weighing the situation. So this is a week to investigate, to research, to ask the questions, so that when it comes time to make the decision, you are fully armed. And usually a very beautiful, creative, abundant path lays before you on this decision. So use the energy this week. You may be making the decision, because we do have a card that's decision making here, but maybe not, because we also have the Hermit leading into next week. So bear with me, okay? Maybe this is the type of energy that, depending on when you were born, it can hit you earlier or later, okay? Because that sometimes happens within the astrology, depending on where you're actually born. If it's a smaller transit or a faster transit, it only affects you the week before or the week after. And so we all go through the energy, just at different points because of where we were born within our sign. So lean on the astrologers maybe to get a little bit more of a definite of where you need to move forward and make that decision. We have the Four of Wands as our overriding energy. And this is all about looking at our security, our cornerstones. My goodness, I don't edit. Can't talk. It's about making sure that we have the foundation in place, that we are laying the proper foundation to go forward, that something is going to be sustainable, because the building blocks are going to stack. They're going to stay. It's long term, it's sustainable, it's the right plan, it's well thought out, it's devised, it's weighed out. We could be negotiating here, okay, because this is the marriage, the proposal card. So we could be making a marriage, we could be making an agreement, we could be signing a contract of some sort. We could be making a verbal contract with another person this week in order to have a basis of foundation. We have the Judgment card, so we don't want to act quickly on anything. So that kind of leans into everything, doesn't it? We don't want to make any rash decisions. We want to, no quick judgments, no buying into gossip, no starting gossip, please. This is the kind of energy where we want to think things through, that we don't want to knee-jerk the energy. When I was raising my kids, I've got, well, they're not kids anymore, but with autism, so we would have meetings quite often at the schools. And one of the best pieces of advice I ever got was when they would ask me to sign off on the documents at the end of these meetings. I would say, well, I'd like to take it home and read it. I'm sure everything's okay, but I just want to take it home for the night and read it. And most times I knew that I was going to be signing it right away. But the best advice I was ever given was, even if you are 100% sure that everything is great in that document, take it home and read it through, because something might have been forgotten. And when you go back and you say, just this part here just needs to be tweaked and reworded. And usually just to get the document signed, because now they're worried they've got to have it in within a certain time, they would do that one small thing, and I would get, that little extra in their IEPs sometimes. Or we would open up a whole new world of where we needed to direct energy, or we would think of something that really was futile to even incorporate into the education plan for the child, because it just didn't work with the timelines and where they were educationally. So always think it through. And so the best piece of advice I always got is, even if everything is just so good, you just want it to start, think it through. Make sure that you are at least rereading that document once, and especially since we had the Four of Wands as our first card, so we don't want to make any quick judgments. Now, in saying that, we have the Two of Swords, which is all about making a decision, and the decision will take courage, and it will tap into your higher wisdom and your intuition. So especially if it feels wrong, chances are it is wrong in some way. Follow your gut, follow your intuition. And it's not going to be something easy on what lays right in front of you. You have to investigate. You have to know. You have to have the inner knowledge, the higher knowledge, in order to make the right decision going forward. And once again, check with your astrologers, because I think that's one of those things that it could have already happened in your life. You've just walked through it, and I'm sorry I'm late with the advice. Or it's happening now in your life, or it will happen in the near future. Two of Pentacles as we go into the weekend. So an imbalance in our routines. We really need to figure out where we are putting too much energy to bring in a balance in our life. Sometimes we are working extra hard. When we consistently do that, something else has to suffer in our life. There's no way around it. Something is going to suffer. It could be your spirituality, your relationships, your health. So we have to make sure that we are putting our energies in all the baskets. We want to make sure that we have time for each and every part of our life, that we are not ignoring a part of our life in order to put the focus on one part of our life. We need a balance going forward, and it's going to ask us to look for that balance. It could be in relationships, okay, because we have the Lovers and the Hermit following it. Our passions, our dreams. The Hermit is about going, the Hermit, essentially goes out into the desert or into a cave for however many days, taps into their intuition, taps into their higher wisdom, understands the plan that needs to go forward, and then comes out of that cave or the desert and goes forward with that plan. So when we are looking at the imbalance of our routines and stuff, it's a little bit more than just taking 5 minutes out of one part of our day and thinking about it for a few minutes. I think you really need to look deep into your routines and, even, write down your time frames for a couple of days and see where you spend time and where you don't spend time, or energy, or resources. And you might be very amazed at the plan that comes out to follow your passions and your dreams, to embrace things in your life. Embrace your passions and your dreams. Maybe embrace somebody else. Maybe giving more to the relationship. Growing it stronger, growing it deeper in some way. For love and relationships, we actually have the Fool. So if you are expecting um, to find somebody wonderful in your life this week, or this could definitely be the week with the Fool. Okay, this is brand new paths. It could also be brand new paths within relationships. So maybe there is new life in some way that can be breathed into the relationship to pull you out of the rut, to make it a brand new adventure all over again, or you are stepping into a brand new adventure. And it could be a part of your life. So, maybe all of a sudden there's going to be an addition to the family, or a new job is presented, which changes the whole dynamics of the relationship. But something can, and it can be very spontaneous here, to the newness that can come into an old relationship and revamp it and make it a new beginning. And there's new beginnings to be had as well. For work, career, money, finances, we have the Five of Pentacles. This is essentially feeling like everybody else is getting somewhere and you're not. And this is where the pity party can come in, and it can pull you right off course. So you really need to realize that you are in front of the door of abundance. The things that are happening to you are meant to happen to you to put you in the right situations at the right time, so you can walk through a true door of abundance going forward, of well-being going forward. So this is a time to stand strong for who you are, maybe hone your abilities, or maybe just be true to your abilities, to your passions, to your dreams, to really step the game up in what you do to go forward into that door of abundance. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.